everybody, this is Jason Nazurek along with my son.
Ezra Nazurek.
And you are watching Falling Apples. And we're going to get into, how how mediocrity is celebrated nowadays. But before we get into this, we wanted to kind of share why we're doing this.
Yeah.
Ezra, you want to start and just share briefly?
Yeah. It's for multiple reasons, but I would say the major reason is just for not only the discussion between father and son, but also the discussion between generations. So generational discussions. And a huge part of the reason, huge thing that sparked this was my grandpa, my dad's father, passed earlier this year. And it was it was very eye-opening to us that certain conversations need to be had for a multitude of reasons. But that's a short-winded answer to could be long-winded answer.
Right. And just connecting that, I just wanted to show everyone I could open this up and stuff, but this is my father's Bible, and my mother, thank the Lord, she gave it to me, and I just am so thankful for her giving that to me. It's just been a huge blessing. I can dig more into that later, but then also I think it was my second son found this, Elijah, while he was hanging out with grandma. And this is a journal book that my dad kept. And it is just full. I know you can't really probably
I didn't
see
even know
it.
you had this.
Oh my goodness. This is so awesome.
For those of you who can read cursive.
Yeah. I have to, translate it. But no, it is wonderful. It is so full of information, and I cannot wait to share some things out of there with that. But Ezra, if you don't mind, just let people know what you had told me, I don't know, probably a month ago of us putting this together, and you said something about Grandpa being alive.
Oh, yeah. I wish we would have started this when he was still alive, because we could have had a pretty awesome thing going. Three generations of the same family's men, just talking about how we see the world, how we translate different things, maybe different ways we see the Bible or read different stories. And then, combated against each other in hopefully loving but challenging discussions.
Yeah. And a word that describes my father, I believe, is relentless. Truly, like he was relentless in everything. And I think it's safe to say it has trickled down the family. And that's part of the reason for the name of this podcast, Falling Apples, because the apple does not fall too far from the tree. And actually, Ezra came up with that. And it's something that we're excited to share more and just see where this goes. And so Ephesians 6, starting at verse 1 to verse 4 states, "Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with a promise, that it may be well with you and you may live long on the earth." And then it goes into, "And you, fathers, do not provoke your children to wrath, but bring them up in the training and in admonition of the Lord." And that's kind of a good foundational verse that we're kind of leaning on. And so just know that as you watch this. And I do want to encourage everyone, please, if you like the content here, please share it with your friends. If you'd like to subscribe to this, great. I don't know what platform you're on or anything, but if you wouldn't mind, that would just be very nice. So Ezra, let's get into this session, this episode here, about the celebration of mediocrity. When you wrote that to me, what was on your mind?
I think a few different things, but the biggest one that comes to mind is, for those of you who don't know, I'm a coach. That's, praise God, my full-time occupation right now. Right now it is. But what I have seen with that, and then obviously my own experience of playing, just mediocrity gets celebrated by typically whoever the leader is, whether, and it doesn't just come with sports, it's in multiple areas, but I would say it could be the coach, it could be the manager, it could be the boss, it could be sometimes even the parent. And it's very, at least to me, very frustrating. The reason for that is typically the person who's I'll say the spark plug, typically the one who's the go getter, the one who wants to, get things going, ignite the engine, is the one who's punished because they're almost pushing the mediocrity past their limits.
I didn't even know we were getting into this. I'm so excited now. Oh my goodness.
So it's that was, to me, as I've been coaching, I see it even more where I see the frustration from the kids who are wanting to give their best, and it's almost, you can tell it's accepted by other coaches because other kids will almost like point fingers and make fun of the kids who are trying. And it's so weird. It's very weird to me. Like, I can't even, because I know I was that kid. I was one who was always trying to do my best, pushing to be better. And I mean, I'm not the best player to ever walk the earth. I am very far from it. I have no problem admitting that. But at least I can hope there wasn't many else on the field that were working harder than me. I was trying to push that bar of mediocrity higher. Like, I wanted to be excellent. Wanted everybody around me to be excellent.
I just want to share this verse, and then I want to ask you a question. So Colossians 3:23 states, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters." That's Colossians 3:23. And so with what you're saying there, Ezra, and now again, this is for someone who's a follower of Christ. Let's be clear on that. That's who Paul is writing to. He's writing to the church at the church, the Colossians there. And so what's difficult as a Christian is when you're holding this standard and you're working with non-Christians and they're like, oh, I don't want to do that. Okay. But what's even harder is when you're working with Christians and they are looking at you as the drama queen. Is that fair?
Yeah, it is.
So explain that a bit for those who are watching, because when you were saying you wanted to, you basically, what I was hearing you say is you didn't want to get outworked. You were going to work as ultimately hard as possible, the right way, not just working to work, because there is a difference, friends. And I think we'll do a podcast on that. Because hard work is important, but we've got to do it in the way that we know is going to move toward at least the opportunity to get good results.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
It is.
So we're going to talk about that later. And so when you are working on the field and you're working your tail off, and I mean, did you have coaches, field, the floor, court, whatever, or even at work? Is it fair to say your those working beside you, the employees that are working with you, or the teammates you have, if that's coming from them, meaning you're the drama queen because you're quit holding me accountable, right? Okay. Is that bother you more, or does it bother you more when the coach won't hold them accountable?
Oh,
and why is that?
It's
the leader.
100% the leader. Yeah. No, if the leader is not holding,
they're not living out Colossians 3:23.
Yeah, whatever you do, work with all your heart.
Yes.
If the leader is not only encouraging of the mediocrity, but discouraging of the excellence, that is when it is incredibly frustrating, at least to me, because, and I'll explain this.
Good.
There is a perfect example. I used to work somewhere and I had a manager who didn't like me. I'll just put it that way. And I think it was because I was I'm not afraid of conflict, and I try to push the limit and make things better. And I think I was making this person uncomfortable because I was and I didn't even realize this at the time. So it was very frustrating, but I was pushing them past their own limits because they were very comfortable with the responsibilities they had and wanted to keep it that way. They didn't want to do anything more. And I was, of the mindset, okay, well, why don't we just do it this way? This would be better, or this would, whatever the case may be. And it was like, oh, well, this is just the way it's done, or, this is the way we do it. And it's like, okay. And it gets very frustrating for those, like the go-getters. And that's where I'm saying that mediocrity gets praised because, well, we're not going to change anything because this is comfortable. It's that uncomfortability aspect, I think.
Do you also think sometimes that's looked at as rebellion toward the leadership?
Yeah, definitely.
How and why?
So I'll go back to playing, for instance. When I used to play soccer, there were definitely instances where I did not agree with decisions that were made. And I much more let my actions speak more than my words, even though I do talk a lot. So I'm trying to think how I want to word this. It's definitely seen as rebellion because if you're not just conforming to what the leader is saying, and yes, there's times where if you're told to do something, it's okay, I have submitted to this leadership, I need to go do it. But I also think that good leaders will be challenged by the people that they're leading because they want to improve whatever they're doing. And this could be in anything. Could be in sports, again, could be in the office, could be in church, whatever it is. Like good leaders shouldn't just be, well, this is how it is because I said so. Okay, you got to question your ways. Like, is there a better way to do it?
Okay, so now let's kind of flip the script here just a bit.
Mm-hmm.
A leader. So whether it's coach, whether it's, someone who's leading in corporate, whatever it might be. So that leader, how can they respond well when they're being challenged by, someone's pushing like you're talking about? What would that look like? Because if you have people on your team, people that could be against sports and work, whatever, and they're a person that's saying whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, like, okay, and they're pushing you maybe out of your comfort zone. How can we as leaders respond well to that? How do we? I mean, let's just be honest. That means you got to take a look at yourself then.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dare I say, we got to have super thick skin and not be offended.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think even in coaching every day, I try to reflect on different things that I said or different things that I did because every interaction is going to be different. Like that, yeah, the thing that makes us human is our relationships. So no two relationships are going to be the exact same. We have to focus on the relationships. So I think, especially as a leader, if you've been given that responsibility, you have to you got to reflect. If you are being challenged, it's not okay, he's challenging my authority. If they truly are challenging something that could be better, then I think, have to look in the mirror and think, okay, is this something that could be better?
So Is asking questions different than questioning the leadership?
Absolutely.
How?
So I think is asking questions different than questioning the leadership? Asking questions would be maybe I'll say questioning if there's a better way to do something rather than questioning why are we doing this? Because that's a totally different question.
How?
So if you're told to do something one way and you approach the leader with, hey, I understand this way and I think we can get X result, but what if we tried doing it this way? Do you think we could get this result? That is you are asking a question of leadership. Questioning the leadership would be approaching, hey, we're going to do whatever, this drill, we're going to have this meeting, whatever it may be. Why? But that's just questioning. You're not getting anywhere with that. You're just trying to get I would say if you're questioning the leadership, you're just trying to drive a response, like an emotional response.
Okay. Is it fair to say if you, as a subordinate, someone who's following the leader, and again, I am talking about someone you've just chosen to be under a good leader, okay, versus someone who just, by this title, you boss, I get to boss you around. Okay, I understand that. Asking a question in a solution way.
Yeah.
And how is that different?
Okay, that's a really good question. I like that. Okay, I didn't realize I'd do that. It's because you're trying to look at the end result. You're trying to look at the product of, okay, when we do this, this is what we're trying to get on the other end. If you're not getting that, or maybe half is getting one thing, half is getting the other, okay, maybe we do need to question what we're doing and how we're doing it so we can get a better result, get a better product or whatever you're doing. Mm-hmm. That's a really good.
Well, I'm asking question. Because questioning, okay, some people see questioning as what we're just talking about there. Unfortunately, though, many people today, at least in my experience, have literally been trained. I'm going to question where we're going, meaning, and they don't even realize they're doing it. We've agreed, okay, we're going to move to this right here. Okay. And so as we're going here, asking questions to get to here, asking a question though, to say, here's what we've decided we're going to go. Mm-hmm. But I want to go here. Mm. Okay. Now you're not asking a question. You're questioning the end result. That is very different. Does that make sense?
So are you saying results driven questions, that is questioning?
Explain that more. We got about 1 minute. Explain that more, and we'll dig into this in the next podcast, just so everybody knows.
So are you saying if I'm trying to think of an example. You're saying questioning the goal or questioning okay.
Yes, when you are when you all have said, "Hey, we got a meeting, okay, this is the direction. We're taking that hill.
Direction.
We're taking that hill." And in the process of it,
so you're saying
now at the beginning, you can say
it's the process-driven questions that are good questions.
I think so.
Okay, I get what you're saying now. I agree.
Because we've already decided, pre-going, that's the hill we're going for.
I get you.
Okay? And in the pre-meeting is where you need to go, well, I think we should take that hill.
Yeah.
That one over there. Okay? We need to take that one instead of this one. Okay, now let's have that discussion. Okay. But once we decided, and we all are like, yeah, going that way. Now we're 10 steps in, and the person goes, oh no, we got to change to this hill. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We decided that's the hill. We've already decided that's where we're going.
Rather than questioning maybe the mode of transportation.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. I agree.
So, friends, unfortunately, we got to wrap this up. And yeah, if you've liked what you've heard, appreciate you watching. Again, this is Falling Apples. And yeah, we're working on our outros and intros and all that stuff, and we'll tag that here. So thanks for watching.
Thanks for tuning
Again,
in.
my name's Jason DeZurek. And
I'm Ezra DeZurek.
thanks for watching. And again, I'm his father. He's my son. God bless you. Take care.
Peace.
Bye-bye.